Oh my lord, guys. Welcome back to Just Nuts, guys. Tonight, we got Lightning Overdrive reveals. These are the very first Lightning Overdrive reveals for the next core set after Blazing Vortex. So we are ways away, but still new cards and new cards. And they get me hype, especially when it's new Utopia support. There's like 10 Utopia cards right now. I've read none of them. I've just seen artwork. I don't want to waste too much time. Let's jump into this stuff, please. Oh man. Okay, so starting off with the first card, we have ZW Pegasus Twin Saber. It's a level 5 light beast effect monster with 1000 attack and 2100 defense. You can only control one at a time. Okay, that's fine. If your opponent's life points is at least 2000 higher than yours, you can special summon this card from your hand. Okay. You can target one Utopia monster you control and equip this card you control to that target as an equip spell that gives it 1000 attack. Okay. And also, once per turn, while this card is equipped to a monster, you can negate any monster effect activated on your opponent's field. Okay, so I guess that's a power creep. You're getting a 1000 boost and a monster negate. Just a monster negate, once per turn, has to be on the field. Okay, now listen, this card, the only question here is the summoning condition is a little bit unsure how often, like how consistent that's going to be. You already have to be in the hole by a decent amount of life points, but assuming you have other ways to just get this thing on the field, boom, just equip it to a Utopia monster, boom, extra monster negate and 1000 attack. Seems pretty good. All right, moving on, we have another card. This is what is it? ZS Arms Sage. It's a level 4 light warrior. Okay, row to target. Effect monster, attack 300, defense 900, so actually pretty weak. And its second effect is a hard once per turn. If you control exactly one level 4 monster except for him, you could special summon this card from your hand. That's already like so clean for a lot of reasons. Wow, okay. A Utopia Exceed monster that was special summoned using this card on the field as material gains this effect. If it is Exceed summoned, you can add a ZW monster from your deck to your hand. Okay, so just a really, really simple, clean extender. All you need to do is put any level 4 monster on the field and this card can jump onto the field. Wow. Okay, this card seems really, really nice. Not gonna lie. Also, he looks clean as hell. Like a sorcerer Power Ranger looking guy. I love it. Just classic Utopia stuff. We got another one. This is ZS Ascend Sage. Another level 4 light warrior, 900 attack, 300 defense. So swap the stats of the above one there. Stats aren't that good, but hopefully it still, has some potential. You can only use the second effect of this card's name once per turn. If you control no cards, you can special summon this card from your hand. Seems pretty good. I mean, look at something like Super Quantum Red Layer. Like, that guy's literally, legitimately good in a meta deck right now. This card could be as well. Second effect, a Utopia Exceed monster that was summoned using this card on the field as material gains this effect. If it is Exceed summoned, you can add a rank up magic normal spell from your deck to your hand, of course. So they both search you. If you're able to summon a Utopia monster using them, that's pretty damn nice, because I'm assuming we're going to get some rank up style cards that allow us to even go on from Utopia. So it's not like we're going into just like a regular Utopia and just being like, whatever. You're going to go up into something that matters. I guarantee you that, right? And that might be this guy here, who's also the cover art of the entire set, right? Right. There we go. Very nice. Very nice. Okay. So here we have Dragonic Utopia Ray, a rank 5 light warrior Exceed effect monster with 2500 attack and 2000 defense. His materials are 3 level 5 monsters, but something tells me we're going to be ranking up into him instead of summoning him with 3 level 5 monsters, but we'll see. His name is always treated as number C39 Utopia Ray. Okay, that could come up with some specific card effects. First effect, once per turn, when this card is targeted for an attack or by a card effect, you can equip one ZW monster from your hand or deck to this card as if it were equipped by its own effect. Wow. Okay. Wow. Okay, so there's a couple things to note here. One, this effect says if he's targeted for an attack or a card effect generically, which means you could target him with your own card effect, and then he'd be able to equip, I don't know, something like this guy that immediately gives him a monster negate and 1000 attack, so he'd be 3500 with a monster negate. Okay, not too shabby. And I'm sure there's other ones too that might work that already exist. I'm not entirely sure about that though. That seems like the prime one is the one up there. So yeah. All right, second effect, once per turn you can attach one material from this card, then target face-up cards your opponent controls up to the number of ZW monsters equipped to this card and negate their effects. So slow negation, but coming back on the crackback, you can at least, you know, beta negate. Keep in mind, if like this card's already negated, you can use him to attempt to negate a monster your opponent controls. They could try to do something to you as a quick effect, and then this is still a monster negate. So like you try to negate, they try to do something, and then you negate that, right? So actually works pretty well there. I think that's pretty damn decent. Okay, not too shabby. I think that's a pretty good monster. I think we're gonna start off pretty strong, honestly. We have another Exceed monster. This is ZW Dragonic Halberd. This is a rank 5 Dark Exceed dragon effect monster. 3,000 attack, 2,000 defense, so big old chungus. This one is a little more easier to summon by its own way. 2 level 5 monsters. Okay, that's a little bit better. Keep in mind this one does not have Utopia in the name, so I believe it won't work with certain rank up spells, but we'll see. All right, first effect. This card cannot attack directly. Okay, interesting. Once per turn, you can attach one material from this card to add a Zexel spell or trap from your deck to your hand. I don't even know what kind of Zexel cards exist, but I'm sure we'll see some down below. Yep, there's a rank up one right below this card. Who would have guessed it? All right, cool. Third effect, you can target one Utopia monster you control and equip this card you control to that target as an equip spell that gives it 3,000 attack. Oh my. Wow. Okay. And when the equipped monster destroys a monster by battle, you can special summon any number of ZW monster cards equipped to the monster. So kill something, deal a ton of damage because you're going to get a 3,000 buff there. So this guy could potentially be 55 or even bigger than that. And then you just get to drop this on the field. Can't attack directly, so keep that in mind, but that's still a nice little play. I think this card's also interesting. I'm actually curious because you're going to have to go through all these hoops just to get this Exceed on the field next to something like him. And is that going to be worth? I don't know. I don't know, but we'll see. Maybe we'll have some cards that allow you to equip straight from the extra deck or deck, something like that. That would actually be pretty nice, so we'll see. But next we have Rank Up Magic Zexel Force. This is all the art we get. This is a normal spell card. You can only use the second effect of this card's name once per turn. First effect reads, target one Exceed monster you control. Any Exceed, not just Utopia. Special summon from your extra deck one Utopia or ZW monster that is one rank higher than that monster you control by using it as material. And if you do, place one ZW or ZS monster from your deck on top of the deck. This is treated as an Exceed summon. Transfer its materials to the summoned monster. Also, if your opponent's life points is at least 2,000 higher than yours, you can banish this card from your graveyard to draw one card. Okay, that's a nice little bonus effect, actually. If you're ever just down in life points, draw a card. Seems pretty good. Yeah, I mean, it's just a rank up card. Like, it doesn't seem crazy. The stack is also kind of nice, although it only stacks ZW and ZS monsters, which I'm thinking is mainly going to be these two guys, ZS and, yeah, ZS. These guys seem like the better targets, probably, especially, I think, this guy, because all you need is a level 4 to summon him out. This one, you need no cards, so I think this guy seems like the slightly better one there, but still, very, very nice. I mean, rank up, stack your deck, and then potentially draw a card later on the duel if you ever are down in life points. Not a bad card at all. I like that. Those bonus effects really make this card feel like 2020. Next, we have Zexel Construction. This is a normal spell card. You can only activate one card with this card's name per turn. This effect says, reveal one card in your hand, and if you do, add one of the cards below from your deck to your hand, then shuffle the revealed card into the deck. Wow. Okay, that's interesting. You can add either a ZW monster, a ZS monster, a Zexel spell or trap, a rank up magic spell, or a rank down magic spell. Wow, a lot going on here. This is interesting. The only problem I'm seeing with this card is it is like a 2-for-1, but also we've seen stuff like Signet Mining. And if you have one card combos or really powerful extenders or starters, and you just need to see those, you know, find an extender, you know, I think this could be good. I just think it's important to keep in mind. You have to use 2 cards to get one, but if that one card is powerful enough and completes your hand well enough, could still see play. So it's a nice consistency card. It's just not a 1-for-1 or a +1. It's actually a -1, so keep that in mind. Then we move to the next card, Zexel and Trust. This is a normal spell card. You can only use each of the first and second effects once per turn. I love the artwork. Utopia, classic Utopia, looking like really cartoony here. I love it. First effect says target one Utopia, ZW, or ZS monster in grave, add it to your hand or special summon it. That's really good. That's a really good extender card. If your opponent's life point is at least 2,000 higher than yours, except the turn this card was sent to the graveyard, you can banish this card from your graveyard, then target one Zexel spell or trap in your grave, and add it to your hand. You can't do it self, though. That, again, that's pretty cool. I'm liking that vibe where, like, it kind of makes your opponent feel like if they can't kill you, they don't want to deal you life points. Right? That comes with, this is like an interesting dynamic here because they're like, if I deal him enough life points where mine are that much higher than his, he's going to be able to get so many free cards. Like, I broke his board, but like, I don't want him to just draw a free card off of this. I don't want him to just banish this to get a spell back to hand for free. Right? Like, I don't want to, what's the other one? In the other one, like, oh, if it's still higher, this card becomes a really nice extender where it otherwise wouldn't be nearly as good. Like, it's a really interesting dynamic this deck is creating. I kind of dig it, right? It's either OTK me or don't deal me life points or I will punish you for it. Like it. All right, and the last card we have here is a normal trap card. This is Zexel Alliance. Keep in mind this is searchable, which I like. I felt like a lot of stuff in Utopia decks or the archetypes like Gaga and all that stuff, they weren't as searchable as you might like them to be. So I like that a lot of this stuff is seeming a lot more searchable than before. Anyway, it's a normal trap, and it reads as follows. If a face-up XYZ monster you control is destroyed by battle or an opponent's card effect, pay life points so that you only have 10 left as cost, then special summon one Utopia monster from your graveyard, and if you do, place one card from your deck on top of your deck. The summoned monster's attack becomes doubled. It cannot be destroyed by card effects. Also, it cannot be destroyed by battle except with another number monster. Woo! Okay, a lot going on here. So pretty much, if any Exceed you control is destroyed by battle or card effect, you're going to pay till you have 10 life points left. So almost all of it, which also unlocks all those other effects. Keep in mind the effect to just draw a card. So this stacks your deck, right? You place one card from your deck on top of your deck. So then you stack your deck with any card, not even specifically a Utopia, Zexel, ZS, ZW card. No matter what, it's any card in your deck. Put it on top. That card becomes live to draw because you just dealt yourself life points till you have 10. Then the monster you summon back also gets its attack doubled. It can't be destroyed by card effects, and it can't be destroyed by battle except by a number monster. It can be targeted, so it can be removed. There's a lot of removal that can just get that out of the way. But as long as they can't deal you those last 10 life points, you did just get to draw any card in your deck, essentially. It's an interesting card. I don't like that it's going to have to rely on your Exceed monster being destroyed by battle or opponent's card effect. It's the other thing, too. You can't just destroy your own monster to trigger this. So it is what it is. I think this card is probably a little bit too anime to be played in like a legitimate, like the most competitive version of whatever this deck's going to look like post Lightning Overdrive. But I still think it's an interesting card, and I think it's cool. I like that it's searchable, but I just don't think it probably won't see play just because it needs this trigger to go off, relying on your opponent too much. But overall, I'm really liking what I'm seeing. I think this could be the beginning of us seeing Utopia or Zexel as an archetype develop into a legit potential like meta contender, right? Keep in mind we just got something like AA Zeus, right? With Zeus, now every Exceed based deck like has access to an insanely powerful boss monster that's a disruption, that clears boards, it does everything, right? This deck can make extremely good use of that, I guarantee you that. And yeah, I don't know. I think this is cool. I think it's all good. You got consistency, you got a searcher, you got a rank up card that also draws you a card for free. You've got a new boss monster, you've got a card that could just equip the stuff to make them monster negates. You've got awesome cards. These are awesome extenders slash, if you want to call them starters, but I think they're more extenders, but I think they're awesome extenders either way. Yeah, I think it's looking good for Utopia decks. I'm really excited. I've always been a fan of Utopia decks, but it felt like there wasn't enough consistency in terms of like searchability and like all the utility cards they have. So I never really was able to come up with anything too significant. I also didn't you know, try super hard, but I did look around a little bit. So this stuff is really encouraging to see. I cannot wait to see where Utopia and Zexel strategies go from here. Let me know in the comment section down below if there's any specific interactions or anything I might have missed. Throw them in the comment section down below. I don't know every Utopia card off the top of my head, so let me know those down below. I'm psyched. Let me know how excited you are for this as well. I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching this video. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.